Hello folks and welcome. Behind me I have the Vauxhall Insignia GSi. This one is the GSi variant, so it's the halfway house between a full-fat VXR. Think of it as like the BMW M Light or the 43 versions of Mercedes AMG. Sporty enough but not quite at the top. And it's also a nice introduction again back into Vauxhall of the GSi brand. Some of you guys might remember there was a Vectra GSi, there was a Nova GSi, there was also a Corsa GSi. They also do a new Corsa GSi variant, but today we're going to be concentrating on the Insignia GSi. So most of you might be wondering why I've got my hands on a Vauxhall Insignia GSi. Well, this is a relatively interesting car, and Vauxhall's GSi department have done a few special tweaks, mainly chassis tweaks to be honest. So it's got different roll bars, different brake setup, different front suspension setup, and it's been set up around the Nürburgring Nordschleife, and it's had many hours of development process in it. It's also got a 2-litre diesel engine, twin turbo diesel as well too. 210 horsepower, 355 foot-pounds of torque, 0 to 60 in 7.5 seconds, 140 plus miles an hour, so it's pretty swift. Where this car sits in is in between, sort of like the BMW 320d M Sport, a car that's brisk enough but sort of fits for your everyday need. But anyway, let's go and have a little walk around. We're going to go on a little bit of a motorway cruise drive, so nothing particularly outrageous, no slidey stuff. However, we are going to take it on a few B roads just to see what this car is actually like to drive, and should you buy an Insignia GSi. Let's find out. So let's have a little walk around of the Insignia GSi. Now this one is in Sports Tourer form, which is basically a flash word of saying that it's an estate. It's got these really nice snazzy rims. It's also got a couple of nice bits at the front, like a couple of aluminium trinkets. It looks pretty cool. Since when did an Insignia look as flash as this? I don't know, but it looks really nice. It's got a couple of sporty bits that show it off a little bit, like these upgraded Brembo brakes. It's also got Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's, which is part of its chassis development. We'll talk about that while we're on for a drive. But if we walk around to the rear, it looks pretty cool. I mean, it's got a couple of nice exhaust tips. That looks a bit fakey, but no, it's not fake. It's got a hole there, which is quite nice. And I'll tell you what, for the money, 35 grand say, you do get an awful lot amount of space. Obviously that's my camera bag there, but you can fold the seats absolutely flat. Turning into a car buy channel here, folding seats down flat. But I mean, for what we do sometimes when we're making the good, big, crazy films, we do need a tracking car. This could be a really good sideways seat tracking car. Really nice. But overall though, in silver, I think it would look a bit more exciting in red or something else to spice it up a little bit. But do you know what, from this angle, it don't look too bad. What I'm really impressed by is the interior. In terms of just qualities, there's really nice soft materials down here, up here as well too. Come inside, let's shut the bong. It's just a really nice layout. You've got the little Vauxhall logo there. This one is an automatic, 8-speed automatic, not a ZF, a different setup. It's really nice. It's also got a heads-up display, which you can see down there. It's really cool. What I am more impressed by are these seats. They're not a Recaro setup, they're a different design, mainly from Vauxhall. They really hug you in the right places, and you can adjust the bolsters and you can adjust the top bolsters. You also get heated and cool seats. You do get a lot of car for your money. You also get lane departure warning. You also get the Onstar, which is well, a General Motors thing where it can track your vehicle, God forbid if you know it gets stolen. And you can do other sorts of crazy cool bits as well too. It's also got adjustable dampers with different settings. It's a really nice, good bit of kit. I'm really impressed by the cabin. It's a nice place to be. It's also got Bose sound system. Yeah, just a real nice place to be. Right, so the idea of this video was to go to Caffeine and Machine, but I've run out of time and I have other commitments to do. So I'm going to be driving on the motorway back down towards London. Now, on the M1 motorways, they're doing a lot of these roadworks at the minute, all 50-mile-an-hour roadworks, which is a bit annoying, but that's where majority of the people spend their time, up and down the M1 or around the M25 or just on any main communal motorway.
So I've got the car in the normal mode and I've got it in tour mode as well, and it's just nice, really nice, plush, supple. I've spent an hour in the car. These bucket seats are really nice. You can adjust them to fit your certain size, he or she, and yeah, it's pretty quiet in here, relatively very quiet. It's no more quieter than a 5 Series or an E-Class, which is pretty good. I'm just quite amazed by where Vauxhall has become, because from what I've known it as, it's not been the most desirable cars to everyone's taste. And I think for Brad snobs, which we'll get to later on, I think if they spent a bit of time in this Insignia and just obviously focus your mind on the buying point of what people would want in a car, this does this really, really well. If I needed a car for most of my commutes, which is unfortunately not going sideways round every roundabout, it actually involves motorways and doing general boring stuff, this is actually the car I'd want to spend my time in, because 4-wheel drive, good traction, good all-weather ability, a nice entertaining chassis as well too, which sort of excites you on the road. It's more of a car that sort of, as you go down a B road, covers speed at a greater rate. It's one of those, the 2-litre diesel engine, although it hasn't got the greatest of pace, if you drove this car 8 or 9 temps, a sports car would struggle to sort of keep up with you if it was in moist and damp conditions, and this one does it pretty well. £34,000 is a lot of money. It's about 7 and a bit grand dearer than the highest spec Vauxhall Insignia. And does it feel that much more compared to a standard one? It doesn't, but if you're into chassis and you're into going fast, you will be quite impressed by the way this car delivers. The GSi brand is a nice step up between the standard Insignia in the Vauxhall range, in the Insignia range. Is it that much to warrant the price point? No. There are a few other little points as well, bad negatives. First off is it's quite a large car, and navigating it around when you're driving quickly is okay, but you have got a couple of blind spots. This one isn't spec'd with the reversing camera, which I thought would come as standard at least. And I think in terms of where some of the buttons are placed, for example, the HID unit, which you can your heads-up display, which you can change via a button, you can't actually see it. You kind of have to move your arm or hand or head around and sort of jump up to see it. I'll play a cutaway right now. You can't actually see where the buttons are. The engine, not the most exciting engine in the range, however, it's punchy, it's torquey, it's really good. The pros, love the cabin. I think it's a really nice place to be. Black as well is a really nice colour in my opinion. I know this isn't real carbon fibre, but it's finished in this gloss material, which is quite nice. The Sat-Nav system, pretty okay, pretty decent, you know, I'd give that like a solid 6 out of 10. Like I said, materials are really nice. These seats, I love these seats. They're just overly big and nice and supportive, and yeah, really, really cool. Love the fact that it's running Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's. You won't even get those tyres on, say, a brand new Mercedes or a brand new BMW. Even if you ask the dealership, can I have those particular tyres on the car? You still don't get that. So that's actually a really nice point, the fact that Vauxhall are offering this as well too. Overall though, it's a really nice car. I could see myself having one of these as a long-termer, as part of like a tracking vehicle, because it can carry so much stuff, carry so much people, get to places in nice comfort with all the right sort of toys and gizmos to keep you safe and alert in really good comfort. I really am impressed by the Insignia GSi. It's a really cool bit of kit.
Okay, so conclusion on the Vauxhall Insignia GSi. Well, is it as good as a BMW 3 Series / a BMW 5 Series? Well, it is. It is as good as that. However, there is one caveat. There are a lot of badge snobbery going on, and obviously a lot of people wouldn't pay £34,000 for something like a Vauxhall. However, if you do want something that can comfortably seat 5 adults really handy to drive, and isn't exactly sporty in terms of straight line performance, but enjoyable on a back B road, but something just exciting enough for one cut above. This is the car to have because it's really good looking. I really enjoyed it. I think the 2-litre diesel is a really good shout. I'd like to try the 2-litre petrol, and it'd be interesting to see where the VXR brand goes alongside in the future. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this. See you later.